what's really interesting is that Vlad did an interview. Yeah, I mess with his videos because he gives a lot of inner city folk light, and I like that. And so he had an interview with Benzino, and what's interesting is that Benzino said Tupac was killed for the same thing, and it blew my mind. Running up and slapping somebody, right? He was like, "Now what if Chris Rock was like, yeah, hey man, go dead him. He's dead. Will Smith's dead over a mistake that clearly wasn't about Chris Rock."
Hey, hi. I'm just playing. This is TheUmteenthView. 'Tis I, JusHenry, the original, the one, the only, the melancholy, and this is the good cousin.
Wizards, wise, and the flesh, good people. How y'all doing out there? I hope you're doing well. We coolin'.
Welcome to our world.
Welcome. So, let's get this thing.
Let's hit the track running, right? You want to lead it or want me to lead it real quick?
Yeah, I got it.
He gave me notes, so I have notes to follow here. Mark said go. First and foremost, welcome to our world here at TheUmteenthView. We like to give perspective on different things so we can always be better than we were coming into that situation. Now, we have a lovely situation that came up in public view, heard round the world. Was it a slap heard round the world is what they say?
I think that's a little extreme, but it caught a lot of people's attention for a brief second.
It's been played many a millions of
This
times.
is true. The benefit of what we're going to do is that we think it's bigger than the slap. So
it is.
We're gonna play the slap.
Play the
right?
slap.
We're gonna play the slap because it's been about a week and a half since it happened.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna play some recent footage, some recent re-release or resurfaced. That's the word people are using. Yeah, resurfaced footage of Miss Pinkett Smith.
Add some flavor.
To further help paint the question that will be asked. So without further ado, let's get to it.
The day after her 37th birthday, I hired a team to orchestrate her 40th birthday. I had hired a documentary team. I traced mommy's family roots. Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing.
It was going to be a splash.
It was going to be a splash. Mary J. Blige performed. I debuted the film, all of that. It was going to be.
This is reality.
I'm glad you said that. Well done.
The thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis, and it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love. And she's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
Ooh.
Crushed, right? And to this day, I know I was crushed because it was true.
You know Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me
Oh my goodness.
if you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just...
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
So that's the first bit of the video. I'm trying to keep JusHenry calm because we still got the I would say the build up, and then we're gonna react the overflow.
For sure.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
So that clip was provided to us by The Guardian. Obviously, it was taken from the Oscars, right? But what I like about that clip is it shows, unlike a lot of other clips that were floating around, it shows the conversation before it. Yeah. So, and you get to see how the crowd reacted, and you get to see the tone that was set. So, now that you've seen all three, the question I'm asking is, do you think Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in defense of Jada Pinkett Smith or in defense of his masculinity himself? Let it go.
First off, I want to thank you for such a profound and well-played question, sir. And I would have to say that it was a masculinity, a play on his masculinity. This is the effort to try and pull back the pants in the relationship. This is the opportunity to establish the prowess or like the adoration that comes with being the savior, knight in shining armor, all of the above, which is where I believe it actually was motivated. Because I feel that his issues in the relationship are as though he kind of may have set himself or allowed his position to kind of take more of a backseatish kind of vibe. And I think that may be bugging him, especially when the respect factor isn't really like prevalent. It's not a in the traditional sense, as far as, hey, I'm asking you not to film me right now, especially as my partner. Like, can we chill? Can we just talk? Especially in moments when you're trying to be, I'm just say it, rather bullyish, and kind of make this man either cower into the corner or lash out. He was quivering, like he was literally like trying to mince his words to make sure that he wasn't like, one, disrespectful to his wife, two, disrespectful to black women around the world, three, making sure that his career isn't set ablaze by the person that actually has the closest, most vulnerable spot in his life. Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, come on, man. Like, if you're really trying to be healthy, be receptive to what the other person, like safe words, things like that. So that's my little take.
I think you hit it on the head when you describe Will Smith in that sense of being like a bully, right? They often say bullies lash out to others because they're the one being affected at home. And I'm not going to show the clip. AOK also has a clip where there's a resurfaced clip of Jada Pinkett Smith talking about she didn't want to be married, was to make these grandiose things. And what hurts me to see is that I think Will Smith was the good dude that ran into the bad woman that's ruining his life, right? And it's Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't personally know her, so that needs to be said. But based off the things I've seen, it doesn't seem like she's healthy for Will Smith, especially in that clip where he's like, all right, social media presence. I'm in my home. I'm lashing out. I don't care. I'm 40, 50. Not in my place.
Therapist that
no way. Yeah, no way. And you keep doing it despite him saying, hey, this ain't cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you continue doing that as two adult individuals? That one seems childish.
Oh, very much so childish.
Right, but we don't. Maybe there's bits of him doing things at her, and then she's like, "I'm not gonna get you back." Maybe it's one of those, right? But based off of the evidence presented, based off the evidence I've seen, it doesn't look well in Miss Smith, Pinkett Smith's favor, right?
Good correction.
What's really interesting is that Vlad did an interview. Yeah, I mess with his videos because he gives a lot of inner city folk light, and I like that. And so he had an interview with Benzino, and what's interesting is that Benzino said Tupac was killed for the same thing, and it blew my mind. Running up and slapping somebody, right? He was like, "Now what if Chris Rock was like, yeah, hey man, go dead him. He's dead. Will Smith's dead over a mistake that clearly wasn't about Chris Rock. It was about, I would argue, much like JusHenry, it was about Will Smith saying, hey, I'm still a man. You got the tabloids with August Alsina, which probably made him feel some type of way. There was a bit on the Red Table Talk where she was like, we've hurt each other in the past. Like, I'm curious to know what he had done to her that makes her feel justified in her quote unquote entanglement. But there's a lot of questions. And I think from what we've talked about so far, that it's clear that there's a lot more seen. And I think Will Smith would probably have to be happy at this point, stop fighting for a relationship where one person doesn't seem pleased and you trying to be romantic, right?
I think it'd be more beneficial to keep a realistic view on the relationship rather than the idealistic, as in what I would want us to be seen as or represent, that power couple type vibe. Like, but realistically, like, you as a person must be a whole person, happy and sad, balanced, you know, between anger and joy, to be able to effectively not only love yourself, but to love the one that's supposed to love you. Because if you're not a whole you can't really expect the person that's expected to love you, to love all of you, I will say. Mainly because you haven't presented all of you. And a wise man said, you never really know the person that you're with.
100%.
Because there's things that people die with, right? But at the same token, there's a lot that you can open up to be vulnerable to be able to have that person say, you know what, I can dig with you. I can deal with you. I dig you. I fuss with you. So with the scenario with Miss Pinkett Smith, I believe it's just, I believe there's a lot of social media influence, as in trying to be the influencers, both in the male perspective, the female perspective, the power couple perspective, the open relationship perspective, the now we have an entanglement and a misunderstanding, the what are our children doing in life, how are they doing, business decisions that we're trying to make. Well, have they ever done anything together business wise? I've never seen that. I've never seen them do a joint venture. I've seen them in individual perspective as far as like media output and this, that, and the third, but never a joint venture. You've never seen the Smith Foundation. I haven't seen it. I mean, somebody put my foot in my mouth then, you know what I'm saying? Like, show me the receipts. I don't mind, because I want them to win. You know what I'm saying? I want Jada and Will to win. I
100%.
want black relationships. I want black love to win, but I 100%. Also want a healthy black relationship to win.
That's what it
is. As in, if separating is what's healthy for us individually so that we could be effective individuals to effectively raise these children, then by all means, the greater good must prevail. I'm not going to sacrifice my children just for my ego or for my feelings. That's not going to happen. So that's why I believe that the power play game is very immature. but also we have to take a step back and look at the type of people that are in this relationship. These people are, no offense, okay, they don't live in reality though. From young, their perspective on real life scenarios that a layperson, I will say middle class, lower middle class, somebody that's broke,
somebody who ain't wealthy rich,
that their mindset on these same conversations and scenarios are totally different. And then it's almost to the necessity at that point in that bracket. But in this bracket where they are, it's a totally different game. So I don't want us to say we're in a forgiving mindset, because we as a black culture forgive people that we love, celebrities that we love for doing wrong. I say we hold them accountable. I say, show us real life. Show us you. If you're gonna show everything, show the therapy sessions for real. Show it where it's objective and fair.
That's great.
Where Jada can't run everything. And then on top of that, we're going to have to look at perspective, because I've been in a situation before where I was in a relationship where it was a bit toxic. It was more like I was more in love with her than she was in love with me.
I think we all had those.
So therefore it was a moment where I was just like, it wasn't even a scared to leave her. It was just like, I didn't want to leave what I finally felt I got. I'm like, it ain't all of her, but I got some of her, most of her, 60%, 65%. That's not even a passing grade in my household. So, I had to take a step back and really say, Henry, you got to buckle down. You got to be a man about it. You have to approach the situation, without the emotion of, oh, but I'm going to miss her. She does this to me and this and this. I'm going to find something new in this new lady that twangs me a different way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning to make sure my mind isn't locked into this past thing that everybody telling me I'm not supposed to be there, but I'm like, oh, but I want to. But you don't know what she does to me, man. You don't know what was the Bill Withers song, Until You Use Me Up. So just keep on using me the way you do. I messed that up, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. I'm loving this situation being so public, but at the same time, for both of them and the actual healthiness, the actual health of their relationship, I feel this is a tremendous. What is it? What is the psychological term where something bad happened and it's like all the progress we made, it just like took all that back. What's the term for that? You don't know?
I've probably heard it before, but yeah, I think, well, my closing thoughts. I think when you said when you're personalizing the situation, you was like, we all had those situations where you want to be with someone that don't want to be with you. Mm-hmm. I think this is exactly what that is, and Will Smith has been holding on to it, maybe because I also didn't show the video or the clip where she's talking about in Red Table Talk, where she's like discussing when she was married, her mother made her get married or kept pressing her to get married because she had maybe it was Jada, she was pregnant, and so they got married, and Will Smith was like, I'm gonna jump through with my kids, because he had previously had a relationship with the mother of his first son, right? So maybe Will Smith was like, I want to be in my kids' life. I don't want them feeling that way. And I can 100% respect that entirely, right? So maybe it's a situation where he's been holding on for so long because they have kids. They have wonderful kids together, very talented kids together, who's taking advantage of every opportunity of giving, from what it seems like to me. But they're grown, man. And at some time, I feel you got to start living for you. And not to say he's not been trying to, but it just seems like he's just wearing down on him from this big outburst of him slapping Chris Rock, the shouting, like
it's just the way it played out.
It just, yeah, man.
You don't look good when you laugh first at the joke to realize how hilarious it was. Then, of course, her eyes were rolling in several directions at that present junction. You look at your wife and you see the discord. I get it. Or the disagreement. I get it. But I'm a firm believer in vibrator. No, I'm just playing. But I'm a firm believer in the punishment matching the crime. The punishment's got to match the crime, even with the apology matching the scenario. So I believe that there should be a visual, public, international type venue where Will Smith apologizes to Chris Rock for my liking, if I was Chris Rock. For the whole Jada issue, y'all just need to back and really realize and analyze whether or not you want to be with each other or not. Because feeling like you have to be in a relationship is not a relationship you should be in at all. The only relationship you have to be in is with your parents and your brothers and sisters. That's just, you don't even have to be in their lives. You can just, you still have that relationship. You just poorly supervising it. You know, you're just doing a bad job by staying away. But anyway, do you have anything else, my good sir? Live in love, y'all. Live in some more love.
Change it, bro. Don't hit them with the with the progressive live love. Yeah.
No, we go. I'm a tie in.
Okay.
You know, we always tie shoes. Get the left and the right. Put them together.
Alright.
Oh, let me get myself together. I'm Steven. Live in love, y'all. Like, as in, approach your situations not only for the love for yourself, but the love for the people that you're dealing with. So therefore, if love is respect, you should respect a person enough to say, you know what? I'm gonna get out your way. All right. But here at the Umpteenth View, this is a safe environment. Speak your piece, comment, share, bring a couple of friends over, you know? Y'all be blessed. Healthy relationships.
Oh,